Inception is the prequel to The Matrix. Even though The Matrix looks like it takes place in the 1990s, it is actually many years into the future, when machine technology became so advanced that they rebelled against the humans. This of course did not happen overnight, and as The Matrix disclosed, at one point in time, humans had a prosperous civilization, until they developed technology that would lead them to their doom. It is possible that we have already gotten a glimpse of what the world was like before the creation of The Matrix without realizing it. In another movie, Inception. How, you may ask? Well, let's take a look. Welcome to Matrix Explained.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
First, keep in mind that it wasn't the machines that created the Matrix. This is shown in one of the episodes of the Animatrix titled Matriculate, which takes place during the human war against the machines. The plot is about a group of humans attempting to convert hostile machines by connecting them to a construct of their own design, teaching them positive human traits and changing their perception of the world. At that point in time, humans already had the data ports or head jacks implanted behind their necks to enter the virtual world, meaning that the technology was older than the war and thus more primitive. The character Arthur from Inception explains that the militia developed a dream sharing system, a training program where soldiers could fight, train, injure themselves, and afterwards just wake up. The same primary function that the humans use the Matrix for, outside of their infiltration missions. In Inception, we could be witnessing the beginnings of what would eventually become the Matrix with the machine they used to enter dreams. So to make this mechanism more efficient, they could have improved it so that it can be installed directly into a person, making it much more stable. Despite the Matrix being more advanced, it follows the same basic rule as the machine used in Inception, and that is that someone has to design the world. In Inception, this role goes to the architect, the person who designs the world in which the dream sharing will take place, similar to a level designer in a video game. This person has to be meticulous and take special care to make their creations believable in order to prevent people from waking up. This was of vital importance in order to make the character Robert Fisher believe that the dream world was real. In The Matrix, Agent Smith mentions that the Matrix worked in a similar way.
Did you know that the first Matrix was designed to be a perfect human world? It was a disaster. No one would accept the program. Entire crops were lost. So the perfect world was a dream that your primitive cerebrum kept trying to wake up from. Which is why the Matrix was redesigned to this.
Dominic Cobb is the architect of Inception. So after the events of the movie, when Cobb reached elderhood, that must be when the war between the humans and the machines began. Since he was the best extractor and an expert in dream technology, he may have been forced by the machines to build the earliest version of the Matrix. Or maybe the machines stole that information directly from his brain, the blueprints needed to create the virtual world. So why is this a possibility? Well, because at one time, Neo was trapped in a subtrain station platform inside of the Matrix, named Mobile Ave. If you haven't realized it yet, mobile is an anagram for limbo. In Inception, Cobb and his wife were trapped in a space within their subconscious for 50 years. Arthur explains that in limbo, nothing is down there, except for whatever that may have been left behind by whoever's sharing the dream, who was trapped down there before. If Neo somehow entered Dominic Cobb's limbo, he would only find what was left behind by Cobb's mind. In this case, a train. Cobb and his wife used a freight train to escape limbo.
You're waiting for a train. A train that'll take you far away. You know where you hope this train will take you. But you can't know for sure. Yet it doesn't matter!
Neo did the same thing, albeit it was a subway train. In the Animatrix episode I mentioned earlier, When the humans capture the machine, they don't reprogram it, but instead, they try to change its perception. They try to convince it to help humans by implanting new ideas in its programming, or mind. In other words, the same method used in Inception. Another important plot point that connects these two worlds is the use of energy. In the Animatrix, it was revealed that the humans blocked out the sun so that the machines would not have access to an unlimited source of energy, thus stopping them, confirming that the robot's primary source of energy was solar energy. In Inception, the company Fisher Morrow is an energy company that was about to gain the monopoly on the world's energy supply. The plot of the film was to convince the heir of the company, Robert Fisher, to give up on the idea of cementing that monopoly. After Cobb's team succeeded in their inception, Robert decides to create economic and efficient solar energy technology, making it the #1 source of energy in the world, just like it was in the world of the Matrix before the war. With these points, it is easy to see the connection between Inception and the Matrix. Both stories may take place in the same world. Now, it may just be a coincidence, but it wouldn't be the first time that two seemingly unrelated franchises shared the same universe. Do you agree? Is there the possibility that Inception was the beginnings of the Matrix? For Matrix Explained, please leave a like and subscribe. And thank you for visiting the Desert of the Real.